starting a bit early today, but that's okay. That's fine. It's okay to feel sad sometimes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that actually feels not great. Oh, okay. Welcome, everybody, if you're on YouTube, to part 3, technically, of my Homestuck Let's Read. Oh, I'm still stretching. I'm sorry. Let's see. A quick thank you. How many people? Lucer followed. Thank you. Yeah. I just put the tweet out. I guess I should probably put it out on Tumblr that I'm starting, huh? I'm just using my phone. Fuck it. Manage your channel directly from your phone. No thanks, Twitch. Wild Snom. Let me see here. Let's retweet this. Going live. Fuck it, I won't put any whatever's on them. It said that I had 2 notes. 1 like, 2 reblogs. You're fucking lying to me, Tumblr. But you know what? That's to be expected. Ugh. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm just waiting for a second to see if anyone wants to join in the meantime. If not, you know what? We've been live for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Fuck it, we're gonna start. It's a little early, I guess, but 3 minutes, what have you. I can get a drink real quick, actually. All right. Okay. I'm just going to get right into it. Let people roll in if they want to. So we left off here with Wayward Vagabond, create employment opportunities for the citizen cans. You temporarily dismantle City Hall to free up all the can power available to create a vigilant town militia. You divide them into 2 groups, marking them with distinct teams and ranks using the piece of white chalk and the motor oil. You then organize them in phalanx across the countryside, preparing for a stiff training regimen. When you are through with them, your forces will be a well-oiled machine. Chalk another one up to bold leadership. Lead your men to victory! Oh, that's right. I have to fucking enable Flash, even though Flash can be disabled in 2020, which is balls. He's going nuts. Checkmate. You waste more than 4 hours on this tomfoolery. Mourn the loss of Citizen Tab. Your caffeinated jittering must have agitated all the little bubbles curiously hidden in the liquid, creating too much pressure in the can. You speculate... I can't speak today. You speculate this is why it exploded as you nervously eye the timer. You are starting to wonder what will happen when it reaches 0. Maybe it would be best not to be near it when this happens. Minutes in the future. Though perhaps not as few as implied by circumstance. A peregrine mendicant trundles precious cargo beneath the gleam of the celestially ominous. It's PM! Look at her! Go outside and get some sun. You say a bittersweet goodbye to your beloved city. It is time to move on to greener pastures, by which of course you mean an arid, sandy wasteland upon which nothing green has grown in years. The door shuts behind you. A panel on the door becomes illuminated. As you ponder over the marks on the panel, you hear another mechanical sound overhead. Okay. The LCD panel appears to have a touchscreen interface. Curiously prod the funny-looking spirograph. It appears the funny-looking spirograph room is locked. The floor rotates a full 360 degrees beneath you, while the surrounding wall seems to stay put. Select the triangly fractal. The triangly fractal room does not appear to be locked. The floor turns 120 degrees and the door opens. You go through the door to find another room. It's the same size as the other one you just wasted all that time in, while a clock was ticking down to something which may or may not be your doom. Maybe there is something in here that will help you escape. Against the wall, there is another perplexing contraption. Boy, I don't remember adding at this. Against the opposite wall is some sort of control panel, which catches your eye. It has two large screens, but only one appears to be active. There are fields for numbers which appear to be modifiable with the dials on the right. Some numbers are already supplied by default, perhaps entered by the previous user. There are a few buttons below, the largest one bearing the symbol marking this room. Also, it looks like there is a meter stick propped up there for some reason. Attach your trusty knife to the meter stick. You immediately craft a measuring spear, through possibly the most advanced form of alchemy employed thus far. This is obviously the most important thing to do first. Obviously. Or, it would obviously be the most important thing to do if you had remembered to bring your trusty knife. You feel so insecure without your trusty knife, it makes you want to slit your wrists, or at the very least, flog your carapace with some sort of measuring apparatus. Look at the other wall. You examine the perplexing contraption across the room. You, of course, have no idea what it could possibly do. You adopt the only obvious course of action, which is to poke and prod it with your handy ruler. You are quite sure this is what science is all about. Press the triangle pattern. You go back to the control panel, which probably obviously controls that gizmo, and you push the big blue button, which is obviously probably the most obvious thing to push. You appearify a pumpkin. Examine pumpkin. It seems this mysterious gourd was transported, appearified, from a specific time and location somewhere on this planet you are on. You wonder if the machine, a purifier, will take any object that exists at whatever time and location you supply. There is a symbol carved on the pumpkin. You don't know what it means, and you doubt it will ever prove to be relevant in any way. Devour pumpkin. You consider dining on the ripe flesh of the plump vegetable, but your curiosity about the appearifier gets the better of you. You try to sneak a nibble from the pumpkin nonetheless. Inspect green buttons. You first examine the attractive green buttons. The icon for the one on the left is that house shape you've seen plenty of times before. The one on the right, on closer inspection, appears to be a map for this underground facility, with an X marking its center. Press green button on right. You push the button. All the numbers change. Perhaps these are the coordinates for the location of the center of this facility, along with the local date and time? If this is the case, it would make a useful reference point for your current bearings. Fiddle with the dials. One way to find out would be to attempt to appearify something from this facility. It should be easy to zero in on a location relative to the center because you have an uncanny knack for tracking precise distances you have already traversed in whatever units you choose. Your handy ruler gives you a good clue as to the basic unit of human measurement. You will go with that. Appearify your trusty knife. You nudge the coordinates very slightly and bump the elevation by 0.5 human measurement units. You will make sure to keep the time approximately what it was to begin with. You appearify your trusty knife. Appearify Cantown. You nudge the numbers a bit more and appearify a bunch of cans. This is so much more efficient than walking back to the other room to get them. You are to believe that time is at a premium after all. De-appearify the pumpkin. Hey Rice, how you doing? Does this machine look like a look like a de-apurifier to you? Honestly, the idea that an apurifier could both apurify and de-apurify things is so laughably ridiculous, you would wish someone would de-apurify your brain and re-apurify it with a brain that is more smart and less dumb. That was a lot of tricky words to throw in there. Use trusty knife to carve spook schema in pumpkin. What the hell are you talking about? That idea makes no sense at all and is basically meaningless. Try using that mushy stuff in your gourd next time. Instead, you just carve off the top, exposing a decadent cache of gorgeous seed-laden ambrosia. Needless to say, you consume all of it rather quickly, but it turns out to be too gross for us to watch. Move Spirograph switch. I'm doing alright. I got done recording a Radia's route today. I'm actually done editing too, which is surprising. I got it done really quickly. You cannot move it. It has a spirograph-shaped indentation and possibly will require a special kind of key to turn it. A purify firefly out of the amber. Oh. Fair point. That's how we get... I don't remember her name. Shoot. You release your blinky new friend. You will give her a name when something suitably whimsical occurs to you. Adjust time dial to purify rotten pumpkin. Oh, that's right. The past. You and Serenity... that's Serenity, that's right. Serenity that's right, it's a fucking Firefly joke. Now I remember. You and Serenity consider new ways to waste more time with the Purifier. You are assuming she is a girl Firefly, even though you are not really sure that Fireflies can even be girls. You target the extremely tasty rotten pumpkin that was sitting in the other room hours ago. Thanks, Rice. I wish I had more time to do, like, more stuff sometimes, but I like to do what I can. It seems the Purifier cannot apurify something if it will create a time paradox. A gelatinous ghost pumpkin apurifies and quickly dissolves into a pile of unappetizing sludge. Apurify the grate over the entrance to the facility. Oh, that's right. She speaks in Morse code. Serenity blinks a message of urgency. You nearly forgot that while trapped in amber, she was witness to all your tomfoolery and dilly-dallying in the other room, and knows the timer is about to expire. It is time to get this show on the road and escape. You reset the coordinates with the right green button again, and this time only adjust the elevation by approximately 10 human measurement units. Oh man, do I dare? Do I dare? Okay, I was gonna say, I was just gonna open up a new window and just, like, find a Morse code translator. Okay, I'm just gonna look up, Homestuck Serenity messages. It's close enough. Google will get it. Massage? What the fuck? Serenity. Okay, let's see. See, purify the grate. Okay, so she says, let's go. Okay. I'm surprised that worked. You did that with Calliope. That's fair, Savvy. I was like seconds away from opening up a Morse code translator. I don't know why I didn't think about this. All right, hasten to the exit post haste. This is really necessary. This is incredibly silly. Psych. Kind of reminds me of that game 60 Seconds, where like you have to gather up all the materials because there's like a nuke is gonna like land or something like that. You have to gather everything up in 60 seconds, and then you have to survive a certain amount of time off of the supplies you gather. Oh wait, unpsych. You attempt the rare and highly dangerous 5 times cliffhanger combo and fail. We're doing it, man. We're making this happen. Thanks for the follow, Radioactive Wolves. That's terrifying, and also might be a good D&D monster. Ascend. I don't know what's pretty years in the past. An ocean westward, and years in the past, but not many. It really does. Is this a question or is it the first time reading? Have you read? I have read. Well, I read most of Homestuck. I never actually finished it, but I did read a big chunk of it. I think it was the Omega Pause or the Gigapause that I stopped at. This is me going back, rereading it because I forgot a whole bunch of shit and actually finishing the damn thing. Okay, here we go. That's the end of Act 2. We're 18 minutes in. There it is. Okay. I'll go ahead and save real quick. I hate this cough. Dear John. Oh boy, Colonel Sasker's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, good. It has a thing here. You are no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. Why, the man grit needed to lift the book itself is itself a sign of your maturity, not even to speak of the wisdom needed to grasp the nuance of Sasker's time-tested mischief. I am so proud of you, grandson. How I wish I could have delivered this heirloom to you in the flesh. But I am afraid it wasn't in the cards. For you see, John, like you, this book must yet take a journey. Its journey will end on the final day of my life, and even then will continue some. Though I suppose that will be up to your father. Perhaps he will discuss it with you one day when he and you are ready. But it is your journey I am writing about to wish you luck. There will come a day when you will be thrust into another world, and once you arrive, that is only the beginning. You will soon delve even deeper into a realm of warring royalty, in a timeless expanse, a realm of agents and exiles and consorts and colonel sprites, of toiling underlings and slumbering denizens, a realm where four will gather, the heir of breath and seer of light, the knight of time and witch of space, and together they will ascend. John, if only you knew how important you were. I regret my passing came so early in your life, and yet I feel in my heart we have already met. But what I know for sure is that we will meet again. Until then, John, I do hope your father keeps you well fed. P.S. All right, let's start Act 3. Do we get Jade this time? I don't remember. A silly girl naps by her flowers. It is quite likely that she tired herself out with a variety of silly antics, as silly girls are often known to do. She may have a silly name too, or maybe not. It is hard to say for sure without asking her. But since she's slumbering peacefully, it would be a shame to wake her up. You might as well just give her a name right now. Enter name. Farm Stink Butt Lass. I guess her name is Farm Stink. Wake up! You try to roust Farm Stink from her slumber, but she is really down for the count. It looks like she is holding some sort of note. Retrieve arms from... They're right there, in plain sight. Look, they're flashing red. Drop pumpkin on Farm Stink. What pumpkin? You see no pumpkin, and frankly, it's hard to imagine there ever was a pumpkin, in plain sight or otherwise. Anyway, that would be a really terrible thing to do to poor, sweet Farm Stink. Is there a category for Homestuck on Twitch? I was trying to see if there was something for that on Twitch. Hang on, now I gotta turn off my audio so I don't play my own voice through the speakers. Now you've got me curious. Now we're going on a journey. Let's see. Category. Let's see. Add filter. At least I saw other streamers use it, and even one was surprised there is one. That okay? Yeah, I mean, count me among the surprised. Here's my problem. I'm an idiot, and I don't know what I'm doing as far as like Twitch is concerned. Let's see. Okay, just chatting. Son of a gun. There it be. Cool. Let's change it. Well, all right. Let's really change that to Homestuck. Thanks for that, Rice. Wow. Yeah, that surprises me. Anywho, let's read the note. Farm Stink?
Farm Stink? That is incredibly silly and a little bit rude. My name is...
Try again. Jade Harley. There it is. Oh, shut up, you. My phone does this thing where it's like phantom notifications, and it irritates the hell out of me. Examine room. That's right, her shirt changes in between like all this stuff. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. Your name is Jade. You have just awoken from a restful nap, and as usual, you have no recollection of having fallen asleep. You have quite a number of interests, so many in fact you have trouble keeping track of them all, even with an assortment of colorful reminders on your fingers to help you sort out everything on your mind. Nevertheless, when you spend time in your garden atrium, the only thing on your mind is your deep passion for horticulture. What will you do? Yeah, it's like I have notifications turned off, but it'll still be like the doot doot. I hate it. Jade, play a silly flute refrain. Oh, that's right. I have to click. Oh, that's right. It's just. Oh my gosh. Let's just go ham on it. Just go ape shit. Okay, that's awful. I love it, though. Oh. Wow, you really suck at this thing. Maybe you should try playing an instrument you actually know how to play instead, like the one in your bedroom. Honestly, you have no idea where this flute even came from. Things seem to appear and disappear around here all the time, especially to your unending chagrin, any sort of large orange gourd that might be lying around. You consider throwing the flute down in disgust. Capture log flute. Art. On second thought, it was a perfectly nice flute, and there's no reason to take your frustration out on it. You just need some practice. It's a good mentality to have. But before you capture log the flute, you will need to set your fetch modus first. Set modus. Roll over above with mouse. You have a wide variety of fetch mode to choose from. You were really excited when your grandpa bought you this modus set for Christmas. He is a total badass, even if a little strict. You typically opt for memory modus when it comes to matters of day-to-day practicality. Oh, it'll actually let me do it, huh? Operation, Guess Who, Ouija, Battleship, Jenga, Connect 4, Clue, Yahtzee, Monopoly, Pictionary, Boggle. None of these are really... These are just games. These aren't really like data structures or anything. Select memory. You set your modus to memory and capture log the flute. You allot 9 cards to the modus from your deck, since that will be more than enough for your needs at the moment. The modus grabs 9 more cards for matching purposes. The flute is split up on 2 blank cards and mixed randomly into the grid. To retrieve the item, you must first pick 1 card and then pick its matching card. For the typical Silodexer, this modus presents a frustrating guessing game and a lot of wasted time on mismatching, but you like it because you seem to have a knack for always guessing right on the first try. Squeal like a piglet and fertilize some plants. Yeah, Radioactive. Aradia will come out on next Friday, the 13th. Oh man, it's a Friday the 13th in December. That's fun. Yeah, it'll be Friday's video. It is an awfully silly idea and is basically a waste of everyone's time. You will predictably disregard this thought and focus on more sensible objectives at once. Oh my god, this is so much fun. Oh boy, you capture log the bag of fertilizer. Consult colorful reminders. You tend to have a lot of things on your mind at once, and you can be a little forgetful. Boy, howdy, ain't that the truth. So you keep a variety of colored strings on your fingers as reminders. Each one means there is something different to remember at a certain time. In fact, looking at your index finger reminds you that there is something important to remember now. It is your friend John's birthday. The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today, though in a way that means something slightly different. You are further reminded that you have some things to do outside your house soon, but you should stop by your room first for some supplies, and most importantly, to see if John is online and wish him a happy birthday. Capture log the pumpkin growing next to you. Radio. Okay, that's fair. I'll go and go with radio. You snap up that pumpkin, which seems suitably ripe for the taking. Hopefully the safety of your Silodex will prevent it from being spirited away like so many of its ephemeral predecessors. Exit this room. It's so pretty. There's so many colors. The spirograph flowers are really neat. You make your way to the middle of the garden atrium, where a stairwell joins the 4 atrium wings. Upstairs is your grandfather's laboratory, as well as your bedroom. Capture log something. Your memory modus is hardly any fun without much stuff in it, so you decide to stock up on fresh produce to fill some more cards. You pick a juicy red crab apple. You go pick a nice looking key lime. Then a delicious mandarin orange. Those are your favorite. And finally, a ripe yellow Eureka lemon. Modus fun aside, you feel it is impossible to have too many fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Go upstairs to bedroom. You almost never use the stairs. You transportalize upstairs. Just above is your room. Ascend. You enter your bedroom. On this side of the room, you are immediately confronted with numerous artifacts highlighting your various interests. Oh man, it is very colorful and bright in here. You are an avid follower of cartoon shows of considerable nostalgic appeal. You have a profound zeal for marvelous and fantastical fauna of an anthropomorphological persuasion. You have an uncanny knack for nuclear physics, and not infrequently can be found dabbling in rather advanced gadgetry. You enjoy sporadic fits of narcolepsy, your love of gardening transcends the glass confines of your atrium, and you are at times prone to patterns of precognitive prognostication. You consider very briefly the question, what will you do? But you quickly realize this is only half of your room, and is therefore host to only half of your interests to choose from. Explore the other half of your room. Oh boy. Oh, it's a lot of text. Over here, there are yet more articles of your aforementioned interests, and then some. Additional telltale signs of your enthusiasm for nostalgic television mingle with your assortment of game-hunting firearms. You are a skilled markswoman, though your crosshairs would never settle on an innocent creature, anthropomorphically persuaded or otherwise. Your work table is littered with equipment to facilitate your tinkering. For you, experimentation is not a particularly exact science, and you lean heavily on sharp intuition for consistently and eerily optimal results. Nevertheless, you will still have not been able to get that broad, flat gizmo there to work, which is a design you have borrowed from one of your grandpa's more mysterious inventions. You are a great admirer of his, and you are not alone. Your grandfather is a world-renowned explorer, naturalist, treasure hunter, archaeologist, scientist, adventurer, big game hunter, billionaire extraordinaire. He has taught you everything you know. But in spite of all his lessons, it is still difficult to escape his stern lectures when you're on your way out of the house to run your errands. He spends most of his time in the grand foyer, stewing in his own intensity and charisma. And today will likely be no exception. Among the errands you have planned is to venture out to find your pet and best friend named Becquerel. This animal must be fed, and he will not be happy if he is not. And if he is not happy, then you will not be happy. But first, you really should dig out your computer and say hi to John. Now, what will you do? Quickly retrieve firearms from wall. You equip your trusty hunting rifle. There would be hell to pay if Granddad caught you leaving the house without it. Wonder why the design on your shirt changed. There isn't much to wonder, really. You left the wardrobe fire on, and on its randomization setting. You may contemplate which shirt design you favor the most and commit to that setting in the near future. Capture log near a Squiddles doll and hug it. Just before you grab one, the powerful electromagnets concealed in their underbellies become activated, and two of them get all tangled up with each other playfully. Tangle buddies. You capture log the Tangle Buddies. Lose interest in fauna and never speak of it again. Oh, but you could never do that. This panel. What marvelous creatures they are. What a daring dream to combine the finest qualities of humanity with the elegance and nobility of the animal kingdom. How you wish you could know their world, to hear one night those muted paw pads traipse up your stairs. A low but friendly growl unsettles your slumber, and as the sopor seeps from your eyes, they detect a sharp pair of ears cutting moonlight. A mysterious woven tongue invites. Wouldn't these ears suit you? Would not this proud long snout assist you in the hunt? No need to answer. Words slough from the busy mind like a useless dead membrane as a more visceral sapience takes over. Something simpler is in charge now, a force untouched by the concerns and burdens of the upright, that farcical yoke, the bipedal toe. It now drives you through the midnight brush, your paws whisking through creepers, unearthing with each bold stomp bright odors demanding investigation. But not for long, as you and your new friend must claim the night with piercing howls moonward. You eat a weird bug and don't even care. Pick up your toys. Speaking of which, you pick up and admire one of your Manthro chaps. They are wonderful friends and are always cheerful and pleasant fellows. Why, dear Mr. Coxcomb, however will you be received at the Barnyard Gala without the trappings of a proper gentleman? Each Manthro chap comes with a number of accessories, including articles of formal attire, a vaccination kit, and a dishwasher-safe slop trough. Organize all your dolls. You gather all your dolls into a rather cozy-looking pile. Change wardrobe-ifier setting. You deactivate the wardrobe-ifier's randomization mode and set it to cycle through these 3 shirt designs. The decision was tough, but you think you came to the best possible conclusion. Was this a poll? Oh. Interesting. I didn't know this existed. Lookout window. It is another beautiful day in your neighborhood. It is peaceful and quiet as usual. A rather imposing volcano looms over your house, which has been inactive for centuries. Though dormant on the surface, the volcanic activity deep underground provides your house with a source of geothermal power. You are not sure why your grandfather decided to draw from this source of energy when he had the unlimited power of the atom at his disposal, but it has been this way for as long as you can remember. You have chalked it up to your family's long-standing propensity for eclectic fursuits. Wait, you mean pursuits. Retrieve fursuit from magic chest. What is this nonsense about fursuits? You do not own a fursuit. You think anthropomorphic fauna are really cute and enchanting and all, but it has never occurred to you to dress as one. Sure, it is fun to imagine what it would be like to run wild with a pack of wolves or purr and frolic with a litter of kittens, but dressing up as an animal just seems ridiculous. It would still just be a silly girl draped in a raggedy synthetic tufty piece of crap, and seriously, who are you trying to kid with that sort of baloney? Anyway, it is not a magic chest. It is your gadget chest, which you have adapted for sorting a number of useful gizmos. It was once your Oracle's trunk, a gift from your grandfather, of course, and still contains many silly fortune-telling knickknacks, all of which are completely bogus. Open chest. Among the fortune-telling knickknacks are these items: a crystal ball, plus compulsory velvet pillow, a tarot deck, a magic 8-ball, a magic cue ball, and one of your favorite books of all time, Problem Sleuth. That was the one that came out before Homestuck. Son of a gun, I couldn't fucking remember what it was. Among the useful gizmos are, of course, your computer, which you keep inside a fun lunchbox for easy transport, and a couple of gizmos you keep handy so you don't always have to make the long trip to the kitchen. There is a cookalizer for preparing delicious meals, and a refrigerator, a name which clearly is a wacky variation on the much more common household item, the refrigifier. Boy, howdy. Examine Magic 8-Ball and Magic Cue Ball. These things are stupid and useless. When the Magic 8-Ball isn't being frustratingly ambiguous, its forecast is always wrong. You have tested it numerous times with certain facts you know to be true. This is its reply when you ask it if it is your friend John's birthday today. See? Stupid. You guess maybe it could be used as a reverse prediction device, and you always trust the opposite of what it says. But that seems dumb to you. And anyway, the thing gives you a bad vibe. You might consider smashing it, but you're a little superstitious about whatever ominous consequences that might have, even if the occult talisman in question is a cheap piece of garbage. Okay, got some references to Vriska there. I'm not catching. These are things I didn't catch the first time I read through this. The magic cue ball, on the other hand, is said to make predictions with alarming precision and specificity. Unfortunately, it lacks a portal on its surface and allows you to view the prediction. You put both of these pieces of junk back in the box. Capture log refrigerator. That's a fair point, actually, Rice. It wasn't because at the time of the update, so that's fair. You take the refrigerator. You might as well grab the cookalizer too. No portable kitchen is complete without it. You take your lunch top too, because obviously you're going to be using that pretty soon. Whoops, there goes your flute. But who cares? Just gets tossed out. Feed your friend. Before you go out to feed Beck, you will need to prepare a meal for him. You clear some space on your work table so you can set up your refrigerator and cookalizer. There's the window, too. Just for fun, Jade allows you to take a stab at matching the cards to use the gizmos. It doesn't present much of a challenge for her, so she figures she might as well step aside, while providing a few generous hints. No, warmer, warmer, cooler, cooler, cold, warmer, yes, no, cold, ice cold, warmer, warmer. You have selected the key lime. Way to go. Try again. Hot? Wait. No, cold. Really cold. Frozen fucking tundra. Take another crack at this. Congratulations. You advanced your matching skill to a new level. Yukon Hero, Legacy of the Frostbite Amputee. Jade is beginning to regret breaking the fourth wall for this ill-advised escapade. Okay, one more time. If it were known in advance how terrible you're going to be at this matching game, the author may have given second thought to preparing this cool interactive Flash application. Look at all these fruits on the loose. Good luck trying to settle them down. You just deploy the gadget yourself. Stick fruits in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. These fruits are unlikely to become less impudent anytime soon, regardless of where they are stored, but you stick them in anyway. You take a look at the refrigerator's rotary interface. You wonder what he is in the mood for today. Press the steak button. Okay, well, it's a rotary dial, so there are no buttons to press, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. It's a stupid joke. You dial up a thick T-bone steak, which you are sure Becquerel is in the mood for because he's in the mood for steak every day and is never in the mood for anything else. But he does like his steak well cooked. Lightly irradiate steak. He does prefer his steak rare after all, but you will not dignify the thought of turning the knob much further because you are not stupid. You spam with pictures of the fruits. That's fair. The fruits are fucking great. I love their little dancing, their little jittering. You capture log the irradiated steak and save it for your trip outside. You probably shouldn't waste much more time. You wouldn't want all those nice depleted steak isotopes to settle down. Examine the atomic base by your bed. You wouldn't exactly call it an atomic base, but it is heavily customized to accommodate a high level of musical virtuosity. The perfect instrument for the eclectically spirited. You've tuned the strings way down, of course, because your stumpy arms can't reach the low notes. You switch your eclectic bass to its advanced setting, but you probably switch it back, since obviously it's too complicated to play it in person like this. The default setting is your preferred mode for casual jamming. And since you can't possibly waste enough time playing music, casually jam is exactly what you're going to do. Play a hauntingly relaxing bass line. That's right. Package incoming. It's just nice. Just nice. Capture log base. Or should we wait for the box to hit? I don't know what's going on. It's a supply drop. It's coming in. Will it just fade out of view? I don't know. I don't think I actually ever waited long enough to see what happens to it. I think it just probably just fades out of view if I were to guess. I think we're done here. Capture log base. You take the portable amp from the wall socket too. Open lunch top. You like to make yourself comfy in your plushy pile before getting down to business with your computer. Get down to business. What the fuck am I looking at? I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. Activate Pester Chum. Hey look, John is online. Hooray! Also, it looks like Dave pestered you about something yesterday, but you missed it. Pester John. Okay, so here's the first reference we get to the trolls. Because Carcat's online. Pester John. You greet John, but he doesn't respond. He is undoubtedly gallivanting around his house in a state of barely restrained birthday mirth. He may also be retrieving the 2 packages in the 2 envelopes, which you are certain came in the mail for him earlier. You'll wait a little longer and see if he returns before you head out. See if Dave left you a sweet new wrap. It doesn't appear so, but you just never know with that crazy and cool guy. So cool. Okay, here we go. Hey. Oh, you're asleep again, aren't you? Or do you even know if you are? I still don't know how this works. It's like nothing means anything. It's so cool getting hella chumped by your coquettish damn riddles all the time. I don't know why I believe anything you say. I'm like the Grand Marshal of gross chumpage. Waving around my... Boy, I'm not going to say that word. Waving around my chump-ductor baton. Assistant Director of Chumpography, celebrated author Ernest Chumpingway. Wait, weak. Chumplestiltskin? Chumple dipshit. Yeah. You're asleep? Yes, no. ASL? S equals species. Baboon? Kangaroo rat? If kangaroo yet, yiff twice, please. Okay, well, you're not saying anything, so I guess whether you're non-awake or unasleep or whatever, you're just not around and I'm wasting good material. Even worse, I'm wasting a killer persona here. Like, I don't know, I don't like a wide-open V-shaped leotard and a fuck ton of body paint. Some, like, sinewy, back-arcing Cirque du Soleil-looking motherfucker. Always low to the ground, getting a good prowl on, like I dropped my keys in the dark. Nimblest son of a bitch who ever had the gumption to glue a nasty pair of latex cat lips to his face, for a reason that wasn't a joke. Jade, hey, where are you? Seriously, I'm sitting here tonight with a fucking bag of kibble jacked open on my lap and primed for a goddamn bear, and you're gone. By the way, my name is... What the fuck? Akwiti Perbusk? Hardest buttock in the jungle. Tempered steel. Hey, I just wanted to know, just wanted to give you this remix I finished. Here. Turn to Godhead, send Garden Gnostic, file explore remix.mp3. So yeah, you don't have to respond to any of that, by the way. I'll probably forget half the shit I said anyway. Talk to you tomorrow. Open fresh jams. Yeah, yiff twice, please. Fucking... You open the Fresh Jams media player and add Dave's remix to the playlist. Can I play these? Oh, hell yeah. I forgot about these types of things. Like, look, there's the fruit. like, this is the shit that I loved going, like, being part of the fandom back in the day, was, like, all the music that came out of Homestuck, like, gradually over time. It was so fucking rad. Chrysanthemums is in this, huh? Yeah! Oh god, what? Fuck yeah. I fucking love this song. I don't have a webcam, but I'm dancing because I fucking love it. Anyway, open Echidna and go to emmaspaintadventures.com. Boggle vacantly at these shenanigans. It begins to dawn on you that everything you just did may have been a colossal waste of time and intermission. You open your web browser and visit MSPA. You navigate to a random page in the middle of the latest epic. Looks like he was just finishing up some sort of weird tangential intermission here. Whatever it was, it clearly advanced the plot in no relevant way whatsoever. End intermission. Ooh, Midnight Crew. Act 1031. Oh yeah. That's the good shit. Diamonds Droog.
Clubs deuce.
Hearts boxcars. And spades slick. The felt. The Midnight Crew. Oh, fucking rad. Thank you, Rice. I'm not sure how much I'm looking forward to getting to the Midnight Crew section because my hard-boiled 1940s-esque voices, they're okay. You've killed a little time, but still no sign of John. I guess they're hard to keep up for a long time. Pester Dave. Here we go. Garden Gnostic began pestering Turn-Deck Godhead at April 13, 2009 at 12:36.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, sup?
Not much. What's up with you, bro?
Good one. It's alright, being chill, I guess. You know how it goes.
Great. Feeling cool today, Mr. Cool Guy?
Oh man, you know it.
So cool.
You know shit is ice cold up in here. Shit is wicked bananas, I'm telling you.
So have you talked to John today?
Yeah, we were just talking a while ago about how he sucks at Asilodex. I think I already read this, but I don't remember, so I'm going to read it anyway. Can you believe he used a stack? That kid is ridiculous.
LOL. Well, that doesn't sound like much fun.
What was he use again? Wait, never mind. I forgot whenever we talk about your goofy moduses, I get a migraine. What do you want with John?
I want to tell him happy birthday and ask him about his birthday package.
Oh yeah, I was being sort of cagey and told him to check the mail because I was wondering if mine came yet.
I think it did.
Yeah?
And I think mine came too.
So, I guess you want to know if he likes it or something?
No, you'll not open it. He'll lose it.
Oh. Wow, sorry to hear that, I guess.
No, it's good actually. Because he will find it again later when he really needs it. Which, of course, is why I sent it in the first place.
See, like, I never get how you know these things.
I don't know. I just know that I know.
Alright.
Anyway, I have to go. I have to feed Beck, which is always a bit of an undertaking.
Man, if I were you, I would just take that fucking devil beast out behind the woodshed and blow its head off.
I don't think I could if I tried.
Yeah. Say hi to your granddad for me too, okay?
Yes, I guess an encounter with him is almost certain. It is usually intense.
Well, yeah, isn't it always his family? But he sounds like a total badass.
Yeah, he totally is. Anyway, gotta go.
See ya.
Lesson 3.
Dave, Strife. Round 1, Strife. just getting his ass beat. Oh, it's so good. Rose is online. Jade, pester Rose. I require a font of frighteningly accurate yet infuriatingly non-specific information. Do you know where I can find a wellspring of this sort?
Yes, okay, but we can't talk for long.
You have plans?
Well, yes, I do, but it's just that you will lose your internet connection soon, and we won't talk again for a pretty long time. Not until you enter.
Enter?
Yeah!
This is what I was talking about. This was the itch that needed scratching. My avarice for the inscrutable. It is limitless.
LOL. What did you want to know?
You've been insisting today was the big day. We would all play a game you didn't know the name of. A game you said I'd get in the mail, and I did. One that would help me answer some questions. But Strider's being obtuse, I can't catch John at his computer, and you don't even have the game yourself. And on top of all of that, my internet is unstable. So are you sure today is the day?
There sure are a lot of challenges, but yes, I am sure. Dave is cool, and you know he will come around when the time is right. He just has a lot of work to do first, and so do you. You'll need to keep searching for a stable signal in your power source. It'll be hard, but don't give up. And don't worry about me either. Focus on playing with John first. It all starts with you two.
Is there nothing else you can say to prepare me for this? I'm sure you think little of blithely upsetting dark forces with Grandpa Moreau over there on Hellmurder Island, but honestly, I've only read a few books on it.
Dark? That's ridiculous. I don't really know what to tell you other than it's not going to be what you think it is. And most importantly, you'll have your questions answered, but they will be the ones you haven't thought to ask yet. Just be patient and be brave. You'll see. It'll be fun. Uh-oh, looks like you've got to go. Take care, Rose.
Tentacle therapist ceased pestering Garden Gnostic at 12:54. Jade, be the other girl. Poor child. Yep, poor Dave. Just get his ass beat by a fucking puppet. You are now the other girl, several hours in the future. It appears a secret passage in the mausoleum has been opened. It's getting awfully toasty in here. You gather up your belongings, including your dead cat. Descend. Jade, stop being the other girl and pester John again. You spent enough time for now concerning yourself with the future of your friends. John will not be available until later. By then he will have his hands full, as will you. You pack up your lunch top and get ready to take care of some business downstairs. Descend. A strife! Oof. Try as you might, you can't stop your mind from drifting to the fate of your friends. You dwell on a particular configuration of reminders on your finger. Now it's just gonna replay again? Okay. Also in the future, but years, not hours, under bare white branches, a sentry wakens. I love its face. Oh boy. Worm. I fucking love it. I can't stop yawning. Winnie the Poop, too. Some stuff about capture codes and punch card alchemy. Boy, I don't know if this is Rose or if this is someone else speaking now. I don't know what this is. Is anyone actually reading all of this? Any of this? Or are they all dead? I don't know if anyone besides us is even alive and playing the game, or if anybody even really cares what we have to say. Oh no, this is John. Okay, never mind. Is anyone actually... Yeah, thank you, Bryce. I got there.
Is anyone actually reading any of this, or are they all dead? I don't know if anyone besides us is even alive and playing the game, or if anybody even really cares what we have to say. Rose said I should add some stuff to this FAQ, excuse me, if anything occurred to me, so I guess I'm doing that.
I figure at the very least it'll be a good reference for just us to use. But Dave probably won't read any of this because he's sort of the whopping stupid horse, but whatever. I finally figured out what those weird codes on the back of the capture log cards are for. Well, maybe not what they're always for, but a way that Sburb has exploited them for an in-game purpose. Every captured item stamps a card with a unique code, and a gizmo in Sburb called the Punch Designix will punch a unique pattern of holes in a card, which is derived from that code. The punched card can then be used with other gizmos to duplicate this item and or combine it with another item. I got to thinking about this, and with my amazing hacker skills, I noticed a trend. The whole pattern is based on a fairly simple cipher, converting the capture code to binary, and then the binary pattern is punched, where 1 is a punch hole and 0 is an unpunched slot. So, here's the table just to be clear. A lot of numbers. There are a couple oddball characters, exclamation and question mark, at the end to bring up to 63. 0 through 63 equals 64 total, i.e. 6 bits. Because the binary representation of the capture code characters are 6 bits each, which have a range of 0 to 63. So, for instance, the capture codes for the hammer is N, capital Z, 7, capital N, U, N, 6, capital B, capital I. Look up the index for N first, which is 49. The binary of 49 is 110001. Keep doing that for all the characters, and you get a bunch of other numbers. Okay, that's the pattern that will be punched for the card. But the bits are arranged top to bottom, left to right in 4 columns, like this. Or punch on a card, like this. Oh boy, yeah, John Smart, for real. This is like, I'm reading this, I'm just like, what the fuck? Wow, okay, that pretty much looks like shit, but you get the idea. So to combine 2 items, you just overlap 2 punched cards. Only the places where both cards have a hole will show through. So it's sort of like a bitwise AND operation on both cards. The new pattern gives you the code for the new item. For instance, combining the codes for hammer and a pogo ride gives a new code with less holes, obviously, which translates to 126 capital G capital H 48 capital G. That whole pattern went on to make the pogo hammer. Wow, the pogo hammer, which is so rad you have no idea. I've also wondered if you can combine items in other ways, like a bitwise or. That means combining the cards to get more holes, not less. I.e., the new pattern has a hole for every hole on either card. This pattern would accomplish by double punching a card, like 2 codes, 1 card. I've got to try that sometime. But there are some mysterious things about all this. First of all, with all the hole slots, there are 48 bits in total, which means there are also 300 trillion possible codes, and 300 trillion sounds huge. But when you consider it's supposed to account for all conceivable items, including all the wacky combinations of stuff, it suddenly doesn't seem that big. This leads me to believe that not every combination of item has a viable duplicate, but this is kind of obvious anyway, since there are many combinations of punch cards that will produce either a blank card with and, or a totally punched card with or. So there are lots of dud combinations out there, and many that will just lead to the same pattern, like for instance a gun and an atom bomb can make some sort of ultimate death ray, but for that matter a shoehorn and a potted plant could lead to the exact same pattern. So weird. Also, it seems like combined items will always have patterns with either much fewer holes or much more holes than more ordinary items, which will occupy the vast meaty middle of all possible patterns. It is strange and counterintuitive that more complex objects with simple patterns, but hey, there you have it. But all this sort of makes me guess the system can be cracked in some way. Like, if you have a complicated item and you want to extract simpler item components from it, there might be some algorithm for deriving the pattern you want, or at least narrowing down the possibilities. There might also be ways of charting through the simpler patterns on both ends of the bit spectrum, and pinning down the ones that will make cooler stuff. Who knows? I want to ask Jade about this because she's really good at this sort of thing. Somehow, even though she doesn't have my elite hacker cred. Too bad she makes herself so scarce all the time. Jade, if you ever read this, let me know what you think. And then the Ecto Ghost. Love it. Large blocks of text of John's voice really, really put a strain on my voice, actually. I didn't think about that. You enter the laboratory. Rose, look for mad scientists. There are no scientists to be found, mad or otherwise, or anyone for that matter. The lab appears to be deserted. There is a kiosk, though. Boy, this looks radioactive as shit. It looks like a chessboard. It looks like the kiosk monitors the lab's enormous hub grid. Jade, transportalize as far down as you can go. Oh, man, that's scary. This is as far down as you go. Or as you can go. The grand foyer is still a few floors down, but the transportalizer on that level is blocked by one of Grandpa's impressive big game trophies, and you just don't think he would cotton to someone moving it. Speaking of which, here are some of his trophies now. He has a million of these ghastly things. You really dislike them. Proceed. Okay. You hop down a level. Granted also likes to accumulate valiant knights from his travels. These are pretty cool, you guess. Keep going. That's fucking scary. That's scary as shit. Oh yeah, how could you forget about his stash of decrepit mummies? God, you hate these things. Don't stop. The blue ladies. This is your grandfather's collection of what he refers to as his beauties. No lovely lady will be fit for his collection unless her portrait has spent at least 20 years bleaching in the front window of a beauty parlor, a sort of establishment he's plundered no less frequently than ancient tombs. You guess they were sort of like your sisters while growing up, and you were always encouraged to look up to them. They're all awfully pretty ladies, you suppose, but it was always hard to get as excited about them as Grandpa. Jade, study hard, and keep your rifle at the ready. When adventure summons, I know you will rise to the task and take your rightful place among the daughters of Eclectica. That old coot sure is a bag of wind. Complete your descent. Those are just certain colored lights. Oh, that's true. They do. I saw the lights and I was like, what are these? But okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I had to stop and think about it. You reach the ground level. This is the stupid thing blocking the transportalizer. It is unspeakably hideous. Down the southeast hall is the grand foyer. You'll have to cross through it to leave the house. Looks like someone's pestering you, even though you thought you logged off? Answer. Oh, hey! This is the first trolling. Carcinogeneticist began trolling Garden Gnostic at 1304. Hi again, idiot!
Oh no.
So I guess today is finally the day you fuck everything up. Is there nothing I can do to change your mind?
You can leave me alone. How could you be talking to me after I blocked you? And after I logged out?
You don't get that I am better and smarter than you in every way, forever. You don't get that because you are incredibly stupid.
I get that you're a jerk and you should shut up. Goodbye, you jerk.
Garden Gnostic blocked Carcinogeneticist at 1306. Rose, look at that kiosk. Boy, howdy. 851 pages when you get the first glimpse of the trolls. And in the grand scheme of things, that ain't a lot. Looks like a mapping of each hub's index. It appears one of the hubs was recently unlocked. Go to the center and do a goofy dance. At the center, you find a little stage that looks perfect for supporting a spectacularly silly dance. Or it would if standing on it didn't make you a little nervous, and also if that didn't sound like a stupid idea given the circumstances. It looks sort of like the various contraptions you've been deploying in John's house. You wonder what it does. Attempt to plug laptop into nearby hub. The tree modus sucks. Great, you just vaporize your dead cat. Oh well, ashes to ashes, you guessed. There's got to be a better way to deal with this lousy tree. Examine fetch modus. Looks like you can choose between picking leaves or awkwardly uprooting the whole tree, as you've been doing. You select leaf. You also turn off auto balance, since its consequences can be a little mystifying sometimes. You gather up all your items again in an order that places your laptop in a conveniently accessible leaf. You're not sure why you didn't do this a lot sooner. Kind of a funny looking tree now, but your concern for structural elegance is at an all-time low. Find the unlocked hub. As long as you're going to plug in your computer, you might as well find that hub. Here it is, hub SN_lab0413, of course. It is unlocked and thus removable from the grid. You suspect this was the same beacon transmitting the unsecured signal you were using earlier. You pick the laptop leaf from the tree. You plug your laptop into the hub, then capture log the hub and then the laptop. There must be a better place around here to set up your computer. This huge grid of electronics is sort of uninviting. You look around. Hey, what's that? Skynet. It's another one of these ominous countdowns. You didn't notice it when you first entered the lab about a minute ago. Excuse me, something going weird inside of me. It looks like this one may have been ticking for years. Whatever it's ticking down to, there isn't much time. You can only hope that when you turn on your computer again, there will be a connection invitation from one Mr. Strider. Again in the future. Another timer winds down, sideways. Oh no, the worm! Though to be fair, Parcel Mistress kind of I feel like she had the right to cut its head off. Going westward. Dave, abscond. Abscond. Can't abscond, bro. Round 2. So fucking rad. I warned you about stairs, bro. I told you, dog. It keeps happening. What does? You don't have time to humor every random thought that pops into your head. The clock is ticking. Rose, look around for anything else of importance. This looks like something of importance. Oh my goodness gracious. It appears to be Skynet's primary session terminal, monitoring a great number of Sburb sessions in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. Upon further investigation, you draw some logical conclusions. It looks like each session consists of an IP address and a physical location. The colored dots on the map appear to be meteor impact sites. It seems each session corresponds with a meteor, but not all meteors have sessions. The color of the dot appears to indicate the status of the meteor's descent. The red dots indicate meteors that have already landed, yellow dots are imminent collisions, green will impact later, and blue will take the longest to touch down. Okay. You use the panel to center on your present location and zoom in. Surrounding the lab are, of course, the hundreds of smaller meteors that have been raining down steadily throughout the evening. Most of these meteorites have either landed already or will shortly. Centered over the lab is a significantly larger imminent collision. You can't say precisely how imminent, but you could certainly take an educated stab at it. Just southwest of the lab, centered suspiciously near the location of your house, is an even larger looming collision, though this one appears slightly less imminent. The terminal looks like it can monitor any meteor or session around the world. Search filters can be applied as well, restricting results based on size, time of impact, location, and so on. You zoom way out and narrow the search based on size. The two at the top of the list appear to be the biggest by far. You examine only their coordinates. The second biggest is centered over a US city. The biggest by a landslide is, luckily for the Earth you suppose, way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Turn on your laptop and check on John. So that's Dave. And this is Jade? I imagine. Turn on your laptop and check on John. You plug the laptop into the hub again and turn it on. It is now powered and connected to the wireless signal the hub is broadcasting. Your Sburb session reconnects. No sign of John here. You wonder why the house is shaking. Last time you saw him, he was on one of the roof platforms. You'll have to navigate via the Sburb interface to find him. Artemis. Yeah, I thought it was Dave and Jade. I wasn't 100% sure. Rose, ascend. Okay, I actually have to interact. Jeezy Pete's. There we go. What, the Nana Blast? Oh, man. I fucking love it. John, high five Nanakin. Left hanging long enough. Good work, John.
Oh, hey, you're back.
For now, I'll have to leave again shortly. It looks like there's another large meteor headed for my present location.
Oh, so you mean Dave connected with you?
Not yet. I'll explain later. But I think I've determined that activating the timer in the game is not directly responsible for summoning a meteor to your location. The countdown seems merely to exist as a kind of warning to the player, as well as a strange coincidence.
Okay. I don't really think I get it. Is this relevant?
Probably not at the moment, and certainly not to you. I have to go.
Okay, later.
P.S. Try not to waste too much of that grist while I'm gone. Climb that echelon. He's the boy Skylark! You rocket up the echelon to the dizzying heights of the vaunted boy Skylark rung. Your new feather is hard-earned and well-deserved, and alarmingly fashionable. Collect fat loots. Ugh. Boy, I remember a time when that was the speak. You and your ceramic pork hollow rejoice in the mound of wealth yielded from your meteoric ascent up the ladder. You are still not sure what all these boon dollars can actually get you, but when pulling in such insane loot hand over fist like this, who cares? Not you. Pick up as much grist as you can hold. Your expanded cash limit is more than enough to accommodate the grist windfall. You gather up 2,260 pieces of build grist, 1,040 pieces of shale, 490 drops of tar, and 350 drops of mercury. You can't wait to find out what amazing items this new supply of grist You can't wait to find out what amazing items this new supply of grist will be just barely insufficient to produce. Fair enough. Took me a second to slog through that one. Oh god, there's grist littered down there too. Those stupid ogres were like huge grist pinatas. One of those big sour grape electric holocaust fruit gushers is jammed in the hole in the platform. You guess there's only one way to get it. Stir the sprite log.
Oh, John, don't forget your book. It is your birthright. You ought to give it a read when you have a moment, particularly the first several pages. Okay, Nana, I will. Hey, Nana?
Yes, dear?
Since I'm trying to get up to that gate, and since you can sort of conjure floating beds and throw me around and all, couldn't you just throw me up to the gate?
Yes, of course, John. But that would not serve your purpose well. There is a very good reason why you should build up to it and then keep building.
Oh, okay, I guess that's what I figured. So just one more thing. Do you think that instead of telling me exactly why that is with a clear explanation, you can give me a series of really coy riddles about it and then sort of giggle?
John, you are a very fresh young man. Your father has done such a wonderful job raising you. I am so proud of you both.
I guess.
When you pass through the first gate, everything will change. You will find the place where the constellations dance beneath the clouds, and then your true work may begin.
I suddenly understand everything.
Elsewhere, we find a place where a kingdom lies entrenched beyond an impenetrable veil of darkness. And Dadbert is just going to fucking town. Oh. Graveyard stuffers. You are now the Peregrine Mendicant. You are flying westward in your peculiar mobile station. You have no sense of your bearings presently. The door is blocked by a metal column which extends through the entry shaft before liftoff. What will you do? PM, check mail. This message to Dr. Brenner looks pretty serious. Open envelope. Never. The mail is sacred, and sacred is the trust between the postman and the recipients of his precious parcels. You have made a solemn pledge to deliver this letter to the doctor, just as soon as you determine where this address is or find any sort of discernible mailing address in this wasteland for that matter. The mail is freedom. The mail is life. The mail is the very fabric of civilization. Wait. Hold the thought for one moment. The mail is the one final hope for resurrecting a dead planet from its ashes, and the letter carriers are the brave soldiers of God in this righteous crusade. They are the defenders of the light of knowledge, toters of all those little papery conduits of freedom, the white postmarked angels that whisper a message on their deliverance, a promise to the yearning, there is hope yet. Liberty, reason, justice, civility, edification, perfection, mail. Examine keyboard and screen. I love Parcel Mistress, or Peregrine Mendicant. I love her. It's the terminal you use to activate the station's homing mechanism. It looks like it has now returned control to you. The default viewport displays commands previously entered, including your last and only command, home. View. You type another one of the previously entered commands. It switches to the view of a young girl standing alone somewhere. There is a heavy amount of video interference of some sort. The girl seems familiar to you. Greetings. Don't I know you? Boy, howdy. Oh my goodness gracious. Rose, refuse to acknowledge the absurd tea set. That's just gonna move on from that. You successfully disregard the tea set because it's stupid and shouldn't be in a place like this. You probe further into the lab. Looks like a little girl's room. This all strikes you as a bit odd. No time for messing around in here, though. Wear the scarf. Be the writer. Is it supposed to be Roxy's? I don't know. It's muted. Okay, maybe you'll do a little messing around. You are only human after all. What's that? You were accosted by a friendly mutant kitten. Resist great urge to take the wedged shale. Oh, John. Sorry, didn't read what it was. You know you should grab this thing, but you were suddenly feeling apprehensive about entering your father's room. With all that scampering around, it almost slipped your mind how much you hate his hideous clowns. No use putting it off any longer. There's only one thing left to do. Give me a D, give me an E, give me an S, give me a C. John jumped down. Jade, scamper into grand foyer with wild abandon. Last scamper. You scamper your heart out and bump into something. You don't know why he always insists on keeping it so dark in here. Oh look, it is one of his dumb globes. These things make it awfully difficult to navigate the foyer. We get it, Granddad. You like to travel around the world going on adventures and stuff. Lousy goddamn stupid globes. Arm yourself. Grandpa will surely have stern words for you if he catches you without your trusty rifle at the ready. That's just what you need. Another one of his blustering mustachio diatribes. You are rolling your eyes in advance, getting them warmed up. But ideally, you can evade him altogether. All you have to do is get past the fireplace and out the front door, and you'll be scot-free. Examine those chaps on the sofa. She keeps scooting. Look at her just scooting along. Okay, and that's it. These are the Manor's 4 distinguished house guests. They like to gather here by the fireplace for tea time, as well as pretty much all other time. It's all very mannerly and civilized. You know exactly what's going to happen when you try to sneak by. The fireplace is going to light up, and your grandpa's silhouette is going to appear in front of the fire to give you a good spook. He is so predictable. And there he goes! The old man has the flame! You suppose you could still manage to sneak by the crafty old man if you are fast enough. Avoiding an encounter would be ideal. Encounters with him are usually intense. Leap dramatically across the divide. Whoops. You guess an encounter with him is almost certain now, but most likely not for a while. Time to see what someone else is up to. Oh, let's say Dave. Strife! Oh, psych. Preload a psych out. I was drinking. I'm sorry. Strife? Oh, boy. It's just another one of these. Pew pew. Pew. Boy, they all do different things. Oh man, I love that like they all do different things. Oh, I fucking love it. Oh, this looks very similar to... Doesn't Jane have a screenshot kind of like this? Or a panel kind of like this? Yes, I am going out with this gun. No, I will not get a bigger one. No, I will not take yours. I can't even lift it. Oh, that is so preposterous. Do you even hear what you're saying? I will be fine. This is a perfectly deadly gun and it shoots lots of incredibly deadly bullets. Oh, will you just stop it? I'm going now. Bye. Red hearts with a million exclamation points. Jade, abscond. They're great radio. They're so much fun. They're so silly. He was so much easier to deal with when he was alive. PM, miraculously survive. Peer out explosion hole. It's a long way down. Homestuck is the only instance when you could say the 13-year-old child with a gun is cute. You know what? That's a fair point. Thanks, worm the creature. Rose, refuse to acknowledge the absurd kitten. You fail miserably. Aw, look at Beauty. Oh, look, there's some more mad science crap over here. Insert coin. This weird arcade gizmo adapted to this setup obviously doesn't take coins anymore, assuming it ever did. Besides, you left all your coins on the fridge, remember? Let's play a game. It doesn't appear to be a game. It appears to be an appearifier. Screw around with the appearifier. You mess with the controls. Hey, Jaspers is alive! Or, at least, he was in the past. According to the timestamp, this was almost 9 years ago. You try to remove the crosshairs with the joystick, but it seems to be permanently locked on a specific target. You might be able to unlock it, but you clearly don't have much time to horse around with this thing. You zoom out. It looks like you and Jaspers were having one of your sessions. You weren't making a lot of progress, though, because Jaspers was no doubt being characteristically recalcitrant. You possibly jotted this phrase down in your notepad. It's hard to remember, though. Wait, could this be that day? Cause time paradox. You attempt to appearify Jaspers. This would surely cause a time paradox because you can plainly see that he has not told you his secret yet. But it seems the machine has a safety mechanism to prevent such irresponsible appearification practices. The paradox ghost imprint of Jaspers appearifies instead and quickly settles into a mound of sludge. Muty's playing with the scarf. Look it up. The machine beside it sucks at the paradox sludge and begins some kind of automated procedure. It seems whatever sort of primordial biochemical properties the sludge possesses is being evaluated by the device. It's Gooigi. The device generates a fetal paradox clone of Jaspers. The wretched creature exhibits a number of unfortunate mutations, though. The good news is that it will be mercifully unestablished along with its facility shortly. This is also the bad news. Whoever was operating this machine in the past may have been making unsuccessful attempts to perfect the science of ectobiology. Have a flashback. There is no need for a flashback. Conveniently, you can watch what happened right here on the monitor. You roll the clock forward a few seconds. Jasper reveals his stunning secret to you in strict confidence. The little exclamation point. Before you could ask him to clarify, he vanished into thin air. You now believe you understand why. However, you're not the one to appearify him from this moment. Your hand is nowhere near the controls just now. A couple weeks after he vanished, his body washed up along the riverbank. His suit was a mess. Your mother fitted him with a new one just before the absurd funeral service she insisted upon. Trace Jasper's whereabouts on the machine. Okay. You roll the clock forward to a week after he vanished. It seems there is no accessible feed tracing his whereabouts during that time frame. You fast forward another week. There he is, just as you found him. Fast forward to now. Baby Rose is so cute. Oh. Forgot about this. I forgot all about this thing. Oh. That's not Roxy's scarf, is it? I don't think the color matches. Does it? Shit. We're just gonna sit and watch it, radio. Cowboy John. Oh man. This is a long flash too. That does kind of look like Lolar. Nay. Okay, that was incredibly silly. It's Jasper's. He's alive. Well, okay, he's still dead, but his body is intact. Turns out it wasn't some kind of disintegratificator like you thought. It's more like an escapalizer. Purify Jasper's immediately. You never saw that before? Hey, there you go. New things. Get to experience new things here at the Homestuck Let's Read of Brodemus. And in the most confusing words possible. I forgot about that flash. Like, entirely blocked out of my mind. Good thing you finally got all this sorted out. You only have 10 seconds to spare. Time to stash the dead cat in Amscray. I'm an idiot. I didn't realize Amscray is literally just scram, but in like that pig Latin that we all used as kids. Stop fooling around and transportalize out of here. Jade, pretty decent escapalization. Jade, locate and feed the devil beast you call a pet. Good luck finding him. If he wants to be found, he'll find you. But Carol has always managed to elude your prognosticative faculties. He's completely invisible to your intuition somehow, a property almost totally unique to him. It used to freak you out a little, but you have long since grown accustomed to it. Oh, so that's when with Jade's Rotten Pester Quest, she's like, you're like Beck, like I can't see you. Oh, there he is. It just needs like the JoJo ominous, like menacing text. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Moving right along. Retrieve the package you expected to arrive. The birthday package you were expecting from John arrived months late, and yet right on time. It landed over there past the crumbling monument, a satellite to the great mystic ruins at the center of the crater lagoon. Triple somersault into room, etc. Stick the landing. Or that's John. There it is. Okay, you do that. You're now in your dad's room. Where are all the clowns? You spy your dad's briefcase beside you. It probably contains all sorts of clues, or at least various forms and paperwork critical to his trade as a hilarious street performer. Snoop. Oh yeah, here come the secrets. Get ready for some major Wait a minute. These are just boring business documents and spreadsheets. What the hell is going on here? Examine your dad's room. Kind of a boring room. Just a businessman. Not all into that into the clown business. Most shocking twist yet. Who's this douchebag? The revelation that Dad Bird is just a normal, middle-aged, presumably, man. Calm down, it'll be alright. So all those years, while you believed he was out busking up the corners with hilarious antics, he was working as an ordinary businessman all along. He was just a man trying to make a good, honest living for his son. Maybe he was too embarrassed to tell you the truth? Or maybe it was just that you'd never bothered to ask? You guess you always just assumed. The human prisoner has broken out of his jail cell yet again. Attempts to block the cell door with heavy objects have proven futile. Dadbird's fucking strong, man. You're gonna need a bigger safe. Who's this guy? Enter name. Spades Slick. That's Hussie. Spades Slick got a nice ring to it, but you know your own name, and that damn well ain't your name. Take another stab at it. Okay. State name and rank. You are Archagent Jack Noir. You oversee various affairs of a dark kingdom. Presently, you are determining how to deal with this prisoner, who has been a thorn in your side since he was apprehended. You view the affairs of the kingdom through a series of fenestrated walls. You have 3 walls, nearly enough to form a cubicle of vigilance, which is a full and proper enclosure for an agent of your stature. However, much to your utter contempt, your 4th wall was stolen some time ago. Jack, don comical hat. This frivolous headdress turns your stomach. You'd sooner stick your head in a furnace than coax it into this monstrosity's loathsome, colorful maw. It's bad enough that your exalted ruler ordered everyone to drape themselves in these hideous rags the moment that the troublesome human with the pipe and his child showed up. But you draw the line at the hat. Call a minion. You order one of your burliest agents to the scene. He brings something heavier this time. Your transmission is interrupted. It seems your glorious monarch has concerns over your wardrobe. Fine! You begrudgingly don the comical hat. Stupid, lousy, wise, and just leader. What a royal pain in the ass. Throw down hat in disgust. You fully intend to once your superior stops breathing down your neck for a second. Wait, what now? Your blood is boiling so hot you could cook an egg in your carapace. Looks like you'll have to go handle this yourself. John, investigate room for anything Dad may have left behind. It seems there are some unopened birthday presents which Dad didn't get around to giving you yet. Present time. Open a present to see what's inside. The one on the right seems promising. You open it to see what's inside and... Oh god, yes! Obtain sweet loot! Control deck fetch modus. You tear into this thing and put a mean peep on the sweet loot. In addition to the modus control deck, you got a bonus array fetch modus, plus another 12 cards, which are practically worthless by this point, but hey, you'll take them. First thing you do is flush the extra cards into your deck. Okay, really, this is way too many cards. Equip array fetch modus. The array modus allows you to store and retrieve any item from any card at any time. It seems exceptionally serviceable, albeit difficult to weaponize. Boring. Read instructions from for control deck. There's nothing to read, really. You just pop some modus cartridges in the slots, fire it up, and see what happens. You start by putting the stack and queue modi in the slots. Your Sylladex now behaves like both a stack and a queue. Items can be removed from either the top card or the bottom card. That's interesting. You see no reason at all not to jam the array cartridge in there too. You make sure to blow the dust out first, of course. Like you do with these things. The Sylladex reconfigures itself into an array of distinct queue stacks. Now we're talking. This is the sort of needless complexity you've come to expect from your inventory management system. Unwrap the smallest present first. You have a staunch policy of always saving the biggest present for last. Always. You receive a box of delicious fruit gushers. Could this birthday get any better? You don't think so. Open the big one. You thought wrong. Fill up an entire queue stack with shoes. Okay, awesome. Queue stack full of shoes. Capture log fruit gushers. Man, I haven't had fruit gushers in so long. I might get some fruit gushers the next time I go grocery shopping. Dang, you spaced out and put it in the wrong queue stack. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of this thing. Closely inspect Fruit Gushers box. Except this is where we find out that it's the Batter Witch. So delicious. You can't wait to capture log one of these packs and make like a million gushers. Screw all this building nonsense. You'd rather make candy. Wait a minute. It can't be. The heinous Batter Witch has her gnarled claws in everything. What do gushers have to do with baked goods anyway? How does it make sense? Why? Why? Mental breakdown. Never had fruit gushers? They're alright. They're good for as a novelty treat every now and then. Cool fructose monsoon. Kiwi mango colonic rush. Wicked watermelon groin injury. Mixed berry social anxiety disorder. Neon green ecto like jam and sour diabetic apeshit apocalypse. Ranch dressing rampage. This is stupid. As a European was a Toblerone. I have never had a Toblerone, actually. Oh, artist, you don't like gushers? That's fair. Honestly, if you're gonna get a fruit snack, like any other fruit snack is probably better. It's really funny radio, and especially the ending. Just that this is stupid. I don't know. I like gushers. I definitely like fruit roll-ups more as a kid. Yeah. Jade, retrieve package. A strife! I was drinking! A rain. Bang. I forgot that it actually has bullets in it. Arsenalize. Bang. We're riding the bullet now? Oh, jeez. Artillerate. Bang. This is when it starts getting real weird. Armamentify. There we go. Figured it out. The flavor names are super funny. I fucking love them. Can't have gush because her braces. Oh, man. Yeah. Oof. There are a lot of flashes. Are we at the beginning again? Arf. Go fetch. We got the package. Good dog. Best friend. Yeah. Yeah. Good dog, best friend. And she sleeps. Oh, I love it. Rose, check self for any mixed atoms with cat. What? Nope, no mixed atoms. Looked like you and the kitty kept your genes to yourselves. Your new kitty, whose name is... You'll think of one later. Hey, where the heck are you anyway? Look around room. Oh, you're back home. The well-stocked bar and the vantage from the window tells you this is your mom's room, or at least what you thought was her room. You decide not to be especially melodramatic about this revelation. Watch the meteor impact. Huh. That's funny. Shouldn't that place be unestablished by now? The downpour of smaller meteors have stopped. There it is! Better get out of here. This room is a powder keg with all this booze lying around. Get down to business. John, get down to business. Here we go. Suddenly you are feeling very businessman-like for some reason. You just punched a shitload of cards in anticipation of making a whole lot of cool stuff. This time you didn't foolishly destroy any items. You just looked at the codes for some objects you rounded up and punched them on blank cards. You wonder how much alchemizing you can get away with before Rose gets back. As if she's got any right to tell you what to do with your hard-earned grist. You're the one running around here putting your ass on the line. All she's got to do is mess around with her computer. Anyway, you better hurry. Jade, dream. Oh, that would make sense if Momlond was... Momlond? That sounds dumb. If she was in the lab, her propensity for pink is pretty apparent. Oh, it's the Jade bot! I forgot about Jade bot. Wow. I don't know if this is deliberate, but having the ears here, that looks like it might have been, like, foreshadowing. Ever so slightly. You are now dreaming. Your dream bot is awake and active. Obliquely foreshadow future through interpretive dance. Your silly dance foreshadows nothing and is essentially meaningless. But it sure is a lot of fun. Quick, get into bed. So now we get to see Durst, huh? You climb into bed and try to get comfortable, but some sort of invisible force is pressing down on you. A strange feeling of cold, heavy metal. This happens every time you try to get into bed. You wonder... no wonder you can never get any sleep. Realize you can fly. That's true. Yeah, there was no bed in there. Just a lot of booze. There's not much to realize. Of course you can fly. Open the package. You stop all this flying around nonsense and examine John's birthday package. Well, no, there's the poster behind her had ears of the anthropomorphized Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. Unfortunately, you cannot open it yet. This package has an important journey to make first. You are planning on delivering it momentarily. Good thing you already know what's inside, otherwise you would surely be consumed by curiosity and suspense. You sincerely pity anyone who might be forced to endure such a fate. Months in the past. Enough for the above weather to be seasonally reconcilable. Oh, now we can see the drawings on his wall. Ghosty Trickster, GT, began pestering Garden Gnostic.
Hey, happy birthday, Jade.
Back when John's chum handle actually matched the GCat theme.
Hey, happy birthday, Jade. Hey, thank you, John. Phew, okay, I got your present in the mail just on time. Plus, I sent Rose's and Dave's, too. Why do your guys' birthdays all gotta be all bunched together like that? You're running me ragged. I know, but it's nice to think of us all like that. I can't wait for you to see what I got you. I don't want to spoil it or anything, but hopefully it will help you solve those problems you've been having lately. Mysterious wink. I'm sure it is great. I can't wait either. It might take a while to get here from there, but it'll be worth the wait. Oh man, I'm such an idiot. I forgot about how long it takes you to get stuff. John, that's okay, really. I'm sure it will get to me exactly when it needs to, and it will be a nice surprise when it does. Okay, well, I hope so. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to tell someone to go away. Oh God, the trolls again? Yep. They've been such a pain in the ass lately. It seems like there are so many. There are either like 50 of these idiots, or it's one guy with a lot of alt accounts. I've never had any sort of feeling about them, sorry, that's Jade, not John. I've never had any sort of feeling about them or what they want, which is kind of weird. But it seems to be to me like they are probably all different people and not one guy. I've counted 12. What do they want with us? Some people just like to needle other for some reason, John. It's like a game, I guess. They're like pranksters. Oh, hell no. Shittiest pranksters ever. But I think they are mostly harmless. Every so often they manage to get through my block filter and hassle me. It's been going on for years. Actually, some of them are kind of funny, I think. Oh, wow. What? Years? Okay, well, I'm sick of them. I've been thinking of changing my Pesterchum handle to throw them off my trail. So, I guess I'm going to do that. John, make totems. Oh! Stomach, stop doing what you're doing. You have already carved a few totems, but you've had to return to the living room for more Cruxite dowels. Your carving work is not nearly complete. Every time you re-enter your room, you shudder at the recent handiwork of some mischievous imps. You just can't turn your back on them for a second. Rotten imps, those posters were like children to you. Rose, flee room. At long last, you have returned to your bedroom with a stable power supply and internet connection. Vodka Mutini purrs at your side. You suppose you will call it Muty for short. It's Beauty! Pester John. That is quite a totem collection. What are you planning? Oh, whoa, hi! I'm gonna make some stuff. Are you okay? Hasn't your house been on fire for like 5 hours now? No, that was the nearby forest, which until quite recently would have been best described as on fire. But you may be excited to learn that just as recently, my house finally notched that achievement. Wow. Congrats, I guess? Thank you. Have you seen Dave? Nah. His bro's probably busy kicking his ass. That's probably all there is to say on the matter. Okay. I'm going to start putting this grist to use, too. Let's be sparing with the frivolous knick-knack breeding and focus on getting you up to the gate, okay? Yeah, okay, I hear you, but I think we'll have plenty. I've been killing imps all over the house, and now it's lousy with gushers. Gushers? I mean grist. It serves them right for ruining my posters, the bastards. Which posters? Don't you see? My sweet movie posters. Look at them. They're fucking ruined. John? Hmm? Are you suggesting that imps are responsible for defacing your movie posters? Yeah? Your posters have looked like that ever since I first saw your room. The moment we started playing this game. I thought you would deface them ironically to mock your father's interests. John? Very funny, Rose. Ha 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 ha! Nice joke. Great joke there, Rose. Top of the line prank. This is good. Laughter is probably the best way to avoid being especially melodramatic about the revelation. Yes, yes, let's keep this joke going because it is such a good one. Oh my. John has had enough mental breakdowns for today. Yeah. They just keep coming. WV, descend. You cannot descend from the top of your mobile station. The loose cable you gathered up and tied together is not yet long enough to allow you to reach the ground safely. You have used all the cable you can find. You'll have to come up with another plan. Sacrifice your mayoral sash for more cables.
Absolutely not. What are you, crazy? A mayor does not relinquish his mayoral sash under any circumstances ever, period. Purify the temple. That's such a dumb idea. Not as dumb as using your sash, but it comes close. The temple is way too big. You'd probably just end up purifying a chunk of useless, boring rock. Wait, what's that? There's something dangling from the top of one of the towers near the temple. Command Serenity to carry the rope to you. She is a tiny insect and cannot possibly lift more than the weight of a pumpkin seed. She does, however, inform you of what the ledge contains through a series of informative blinks. There is an old rusty harpoon lodged into the climbing rock. Tied to it is a bunched-up jumble of handy cable. This strikes you as convenient. It is almost as if someone knew you would need a bunch of cable, and that you would have a mayoral sash made out of cable, and that you were particularly attached to the mayoral sash and would stubbornly refuse to use it. Anyone who knew that much would surely possess a special gift. Alas, it seems a bit far-fetched. Get ye rope! You'll just be drawing radio? Nice. Okay, we just established it was a cable and not a rope, but that's okay. You take a hasty swig from one of your delicious pawns and put down. And then quickly adjust the coordinates to purify the jumble of handy cable. To Mr. Mayor. Oh, of course, the time wasn't set to the present moment. Somehow it got reset to a few hundred years ago. It is some sort of present from the past, in the present. Attached as an envelope, it looked extremely important. You open the envelope. Inside is a letter and another envelope. This is all highly confusing and you do not know what to make of it. Still, it is obviously critical mayoral business, which you take very seriously, and you will defend this package with your life. Try to purify cable again. You set the time to the present and purify the jumble of cable. Take obvious course of action. Rappel down. You tie all the cable together and carefully lower your precious pumpkin bindle. Okay. You then rappel down the station with the package, which must not leave your side. Years in the future. Which is to say, the present moment precisely. Oh, that's right. An aimless renegade prepares for company. With a gun. Rose, build as much as you can as fast as you can. Okay, while I'm making some stuff here, can you keep an eye out for imps? Just keep the safe or tub handy or something. It'll serve them right for trashing my posters. I keep telling you, the posters were always like that. And I keep telling you, haha, very funny. Here, look. Let's look at these. Sprite prototype once more with grandmother's remains. She treats John to some helpful exposition in a friendly and grandmaternal manner. That's right. Co-players displayed inexplicable behavior. That's right. We read through those. Yeah, I saw those, but they didn't look like that before. You must have changed them. Even if I had the motive for such a bizarre and pointless deception, where would I find the time? I don't even have Photoshop. Then why didn't you tell me they were there? I had no reason to think you were not aware of them. I thought they were strange, certainly, but was not struck by any particular impulse to discuss them. Okay, it still doesn't make any sense. Implying that I drew them a while ago and then forgot and couldn't see them and now suddenly see them? That's stupid. What would that even mean? It looked like you were in your father's room recently. Yeah? And how did it make you feel to discover what was in there? Oh no, I just realized. You're going to psychotherapify me. Well, don't bother. Maybe I'm just being a friend? Maybe. /eye suspiciously. Anyway, I guess you saw what's in there. It's boring and there's not much to even see. That doesn't matter. What matters is how seeing it affected you. I think it clearly has in some way. Well, I don't know. At first I was nervous to go in and find more of his weird clowns, because of course they are stupid and I hate them a lot. But then when I didn't see any, it was weird. I felt weirdly like disappointed almost. Is it fair to say this changed your perception of your father? Yeah, I guess. Is it such a stretch to conclude it changed your perception of other things as well? Uh-oh, maybe not. But what are you getting at? It sounds like you're trying, it sounds like you're saying I'm crazy. Alchemize. I don't like to use the word crazy. Oh god, see, this is therapy bullshit. That was a joke. But anyway, whether it means you are crazy or not, consider this theory. Your presumably long-standing tendency for scrawling this imagery is really your subconscious trying to express something disturbing within you, possibly something from your past. which you have blocked out, and since you have suppressed it, your conscious self cannot acknowledge the drawings. Therefore, they have been invisible until now.
Why now?
Perhaps because you have seen evidence that conflicts with the worldview your subconscious had constructed to obfuscate the truth, that your dad is not necessarily the clown-loving maniac you thought he was. All along, this negative attribution buried in your psyche may have been projected onto him, and subsequently reviled, as a sort of defense mechanism.
But this is absurd. My dad loves these shitty clowns. He's got all these statues and paintings everywhere.
Is it unthinkable that over the years it was he who believed you were the one with a passion for clowns, because of all the strange drawings in your room? A father then embraces a son's hobby to establish a stronger bond, or wages a campaign of passive-aggressive mockery of your interests. Either way is possible, or plausible. I don't know your dad that well.
I don't know. I'm not sure about all this. But I think we need to stop and acknowledge the bunny Sasker fedora I just made.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
The bunny Sasker fedora.
Wow, what are you doing, by the way?
Rose, sorry to say this, but this is all looking kind of silly. That's a lot. I'm trying to spread the upward construction around so there's a more substantial foundation for later on, but I'm starting to wonder if it'll be strong enough. It's kind of starting to wobble a little. I don't think brick chimneys were meant to serve this architectural purpose.
Yeah, no shit.
I might have to adopt a different building strategy. Stick to more load-bearing walls and blockier shapes, especially since grist has been easier to come by lately.
Okay, but you must be running low on time by now, right?
Right.
Strider!
Jade, dream up extra arms and play advanced bass solo. Oh, hell yeah. Strider. Music's so good. I say that every time. Prospit. Hell yeah. Yes. I love it. I love it so much. Chained wardrobe of fire to cycle through Star Heart Horseshoe. Aren't those isn't that leprechaun shipping symbols? Okay, good idea. You leave the moon in the cycle, though, because you like it. Go explore the city. The Golden City, excuse me. Here she comes. There's some suspicions. Go and make a new friend. Is that PM? I think it's supposed to be PM, right? WV, eat letter and envelope. Will you cut that out? You have company. Look behind you. See, over there. Read letter.
Dear Mr. Mayor, go here. Give present. Hooray! Oh, please do this. The freedom of your people depends on it. Your friend.
Aimless renegade. Just braca. Cover. Hurry. Give present. Hooray. Oh, he's gonna keep scooting. Oh, there we go.
To Miss Mail Lady.
Jade, gracefully fly to the other golden tower. You decide to check on your neighbor. Inspect neighbor's tower. It is very much the same, It is very much the same as your own. The only difference is that this one is home to a young boy instead of a young girl. You appear through the window. John is, of course, sound asleep. It looks like he's having troubled dreams as usual. You cannot disturb his slumber, though. He will wake up when he is ready. Speaking of John, you wonder if he got the birthday present you sent him. Or, for that matter, if you even remembered to send it? Darn, you get so confused sometimes. If only you had some system in place to help you remember things. Your moon is getting very close to Skya. You'd better go inside soon. It is never a very good idea to be outside during the eclipse. Maybe you can take the opportunity to log onto your computer and ask John about his present. You just know he will think it is awesome, and it will be a great way to thank him for the wonderful present he got for you. Guy watching this taps him across the face. You know what? That's a fair point. Just slap him hard. John, alchemize in a 1980s time-lapse montage. That would be pretty cool and would promote the appearance to the audience that a whole lot was getting done in not much time, but it also sounds like a kind of a pain in the ass, so you decide to play it straight up this time. Rose has moved the alchemeter back down to the deck while she reworks the building product up there. Boy, howdy, that was a struggle to get through, and it's not even that hard of a sentence. Just as well, because it will save you a lot of legwork. Between this thing, the Design X, and the lathe, that's a whole lot of scrambling around. Recombine hammer and pogo ride. Huh. This time, instead of overlapping the two cards which created the pogo hammer, you use the two codes to double punch a blank card, producing a different hole pattern. The result is the hammerhead pogo ride. It doesn't look like it's as much fun as the original ride, but to be fair, it's probably a lot safer. Is it? Double punching cards creates patterns with more holes, rather than less holes by overlapping cards. This strikes you as a viable method for combining more than two items without whittling down to too few holes or too many. Just mix up the overlaps and double punches, and the sky's the limit. Combine ghost shirt and suit. The Dream Past Lobby might have been a reference I've never seen, but it's in Act 5. That's fair. We'll get there eventually. We're in Act 3 now. You make the green slime ghost suit. Pretty swanky, but you're not completely satisfied with the wardrobe upgrade yet. Combine ghost suit and wise guy book. This is the suit I recognize. You make the wise guy slime suit. This is so much better. It seems there are lots of secret trickstery gimmicks concealed in... Oh shit, there go the cards! Combine glasses and PDA. You make the serious business goggles. This is a pretty nice hands-free communication solution, and it makes you look very cool. And it makes you look way cooler, like one of the kids from Spy Kids or something. God, that was a good movie. Real spies, only smaller. Combine sledgehammer, telescope, and Sasker text. Boy, telescopic sassacrusher. You make the telescopic sassacrusher at pretty considerable expense. This can probably pound an ogre into crude burger. Of course, you have no hope of lifting it whatsoever. Combine gushers and blue ectoplasm. Where did I get the ectoplasm? You mix your gushers with some of the blue slime Nana left on the wall to make a box of, oh, that's fair, of hellacious blue phlegm aneurysm gushers with ghostly healing properties. Phlegm aneurysm. These should be convenient if somewhat unappetizing. Combine fake arm, blue ectoplasm, and PDA. Oh, you make the remote ghost gauntlet. It looks like when you put on the special computer glove, it lets you control the big slimy ghost hand. The ghost gauntlet appears to have a considerably higher lift capacity than your own puny arms. Combine ghost gauntlet and bathroom mirror. You make a left-hand remote ghost gauntlet to complete the pair, because you don't see why the hell not. Combine umbrella and straight razor. This seems like a terrible idea. You make the barber's best friend. It suddenly seems worthwhile to you to go nab that umbrella kind stripe specialist that's been lying in the study for a while. Combine gushers and shaving cream. You make a deadly Betty Crocker Barbasol balm. Be careful with that thing. Jesus! Combine Ghost Dad poster with... Okay, you have a cool idea for something to do with your Ghost Dad poster, but it looks like you drew shit all over that one too without realizing it. Lousy goddamn stupid subconscious. Anyway, you think you have an idea how to clean it up. Capture log / punch Heath Ledger Joker figurine. Oh, excuse me. Oh, gosh, stomach, stop what you're doing. If you could somehow subtract the code of the Joker figurine from the code of the poster, it might work. Luckily, the Joker code only has 2 holes. Boy, howdy. Making the task very simple. The defaced Cosby poster shares some holes. You determined that the defaced Cosby would only result from a double from a double punching with the Joker. If your theory is correct, this means the original copy poster had one of those holes punched, or the other, or neither, making three total possibilities. You try out all three possible codes, yielding one potted plant, one painting of a horse attacking a football player, and one clean Cosby poster. Success! Combine Cosby poster with computer. Oh, the Cosby top. You make the Cosby top computer. This thing is probably a useless piece of shit, but making it has caused you to feel an alarming sense of satisfaction. Combine Dad's hat and Problem Sleuth game. You make another ordinary fedora with 4 pieces of candy corn inside. Combine Hammer and Problem Sleuth game. Jeezy Pete. Whatever the item is, you cannot make it yet. It requires a ludicrous amount of grist, some types of which you have not even encountered. Combine iron and pogo hammer. Yes! The wrinkle fucker! You make the wrinkle fucker! Yes! Hell yeah! So much sweet loot. You'd almost think it was simultaneously your birthday and Christmas or something. Of course, you know that is ridiculous and can never conceivably happen. Dave, Strife. Got another Strife. Final round. Strife. Oh, cheap piece of shit. Oh, that's a neat reference. Neat foreshadow. Nice. I'll go through a few more. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist. Bro just kicked my ass. That's really all there is to say on the matter. Going back to what John said. Jade, pester John. Go through the flash first and then I'll start reading. Oh, that's what this was. That's right. Okay, yeah, we got all this. Yep. Okay, we read all that. So let's keep going. Actually, I think we'll call it there. That's a good one to end it on. Oh, man. 4 o'clock. Not 4:01. Close enough. So anyway, boy, we're 1,000 pages deep now. 1,074 is what we're on right now. We're at a good tick here. Next week, what is next week? Let me double check this. Next week will be the 15th. Yes, 15th. So next week should be Sunday again. Still 2 p.m. Eastern time. Should be back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'm thinking about doing a stream on Saturdays, not to read Homestuck, but just to play games, just so I can have more stream time, I guess. I don't know. I was trying to think if I could try and get up to affiliate or something in the near-ish future. I need to stream a certain amount of hours or something like that. I think I need to stream I need to stream a certain number of days. So if I stream twice a week, I can get up to that. So maybe I'll play some games on Saturday or something. I was thinking maybe stream some Oxygen Not Included, maybe some Pokemon if you guys are interested. Let me know. There'll be different games that I play on the channel, on the YouTube channel itself, just because I want to have a certain set of games for like the difference between Twitch and YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to call the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click like in the future. If you want to keep up with my stuff, subscribe. New videos every Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I stream every Sunday at 2 p.m. That's for certain. I'm not sure about the other day yet. Comment, let me know what you guys think about what's going on in Homestuck, although I'm sure many of you have already read it. And share with your friends. Show them Homestuck. If they don't want to read it, they can listen to it. Put it on when they drive. Have a good time. See you next time, Rice. You do radio. But in the meantime, hope you guys like this, and I hope to see you next time. Later, everybody.